I'm Arjun Vishwanath. I lead the customer marketing and digital analytics practice for Evaluative globally. I've been in the analytics industry for about 15 plus years now, working across the analytics value chain of data management, descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, cognitive, prescriptive, as well as data visualization. I'm responsible for delivering analytics solutions to Fortune 1000 clients in these areas. And some of the key aspects of my work includes BI modernization. So to give you a brief about BI modernization, right? The generic definition of BI modernization is the process of kind of keeping your BI infrastructure and systems updated to match your evolving needs. And it's a continuous process, right? More often than not, what I've seen clients do is look at modernization from just a front end perspective or just a back end perspective, right? So it's a combination of both, right? And that's the right way of looking at it, right? And once you're able to assess your infrastructure and modernize both your front end and your back end, that will give you the flexibility to include advanced analytics, cloud integration, self-service BI. This is thinking, right, of which we bring into companies. So regarding my experience working with clients on the BI modernization side, I've been working with a host of clients over the past 7 years. I mean, on BI modernization, and that includes appliance manufacturers, heavy equipment manufacturers, logistics firms, CPGs, and retail firms. So that's the full spread of folks I've seen. And again, all of these companies are at different stages of BI maturity, right? That kind of gives us a look into how different companies are actually treating BI modernization. So regarding my role in the BI modernization initiatives, I serve two different roles when it comes to BI modernization. One is that of an architect coming in with more of an advisory mindset to take a look at the existing infrastructure of the clients. And then once that's done, I wear a different hat. That's more of an operations person, getting deeper into the nitty gritties of what are the different aspects which need to be changed, how do we change it, and all of that, right? So there are two different hats I wear at any point in time. Why do clients come to us for BI modernization? Number one, our work across different clients from different domains, which gives us a great understanding of uh, what's the business, right? And what are some of the critical KPIs which they have to measure, right? A sound understanding of that. The second one being our work across the whole value chain, right? The expertise from a data management through data visualization, right? That whole journey, which we term as the analytics value chain. So the expertise across that value chain. And then most importantly, the consultative approach which we take to solving problems, right? We are not tied to any tool set. We conduct independent assessments of the existing BI infrastructure, and then we help companies modernize their whole infrastructure based off of those assessments, right? So those would be the top three. So the first case studies I would want to talk about is home appliances manufacturer. They came to us with a question around their sales and marketing organization. They had multiple dashboards, 2000 plus just in the sales and marketing organization. And nobody knew what are the KPIs which are present across those 2000 very clearly, which was the reason why they were kind of reinventing the wheel. So they were generating more and more dashboards to fit their needs. And it was in a very cluttered BI environment. There was a lot of confusion around the KPIs. The same KPI in two different reports drawn at the same level would have two different numbers. So that's a recipe for disaster when it comes to decision making, cost and efficiency. And based on the things that I told you, you can imagine how difficult the decision making was. So what we did for them was come up with a comprehensive solution around the first step being assessment. We assessed their BI infrastructure, their reports, identified what are some of those gaps in that data. And data sources, there were 16 different data sources which they were actually getting data in from. And we figured out there were deeper problems rather than just BI, which was around data governance as well, which got unearthed. And that was taken, I mean, that took a different direction. But coming back to the BI modernization piece, right? Based on the comprehensive assessment, we did like an inventory creation for the dashboards, and then we consolidated matrices, and then came the major step of rationalization and rejuvenation of those dashboards, right? End of the day, we were able to cut the number of dashboards from 2000 plus to 150, which was a huge benefit for them. And based off of that, we established what we call as a robust BI governance layer so that these problems don't repeat going forward. And we decluttered the entire BI environment, right? Which helped us save about 30% in costs, which they were spending with this BI platform earlier. And then we had a ton of savings, close to about 45% on the report maintenance, which was required, right? Which included man hours put in by analysts to do things on those dashboards. And then we eliminated close to 40% of the content itself from those dashboards, which made it really easy for the sales and marketing teams. There were 6 different sales and marketing teams within that function, and it made the life really easy for them. One of the key outputs of this exercise of BI modernization for the home appliances manufacturer was the BI strategy and roadmap. And the roadmap encompassed use cases like generative AI. This was one of the things that we put forward, saying you need to move more towards generative AI and how that can supplement your BI infrastructure. And that is something which we are currently working on with the client. Uh, and this is going to speed up the process in terms of going from your data to insights to action. Speaking about the outcomes of this BI modernization initiative, the key one being increased user adoption across teams. So it kind of broke the silos, and the data was standardized across teams, right? Which was one of the key outcomes. And then presenting the right information to the right people at the right time, right, which is important in decision making. This was one of the other key outcomes of this. And then, of course, we had savings on the whole infrastructure cost, right? The number of seats, the number of licenses required decreased significantly. And we had a process around how a new dashboard has to be created, right? And how existing dashboards had to be utilized. And then in this process, we were able to increase productivity. And of course, the journey from insights to action was way quicker than what it was before, which resulted in quicker decisions in 2024. Generative AI can give you personalized insights, which is going to be based on your preferences, your roles, your interactions with the BI system, and that is going to make life easy. And then we have enhanced decision support. Uh, you can generate alternative scenarios using GenAI, which is going to help you get a broader perspective on potential outcomes, the risks involved, which is fantastic, right? And anomaly detection, right? As a part of your BI system, which is great when you can actually train those generative AI models to help you learn what those patterns in the data are, and then any deviations can be figured out right away. And of course, natural language generation, right? Which can help you get, uh, say, customized uh, textual reports or even summaries of what you're seeing in terms of numbers. This makes it more accessible to non-technical stakeholders. So I would say these would be some of my top 4 things in terms of what's coming in 2024 and beyond.